Hello everyone, we're back with more Collabuilding.
Yeah, while I talk about Dark Souls mechanics.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean it's interesting enough, I guess.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what I was talking about. Fuck. We just stopped and started again. I was in the middle of a sentence and I've forgotten what it
You really
is.
were.
Fuck me. Something great wood, learning the mechanic. Oh yeah, NPCs. Grey Rat is an amazing example of NPC relationships with the player, right? Because you set Grey Rat free from the prison cell, right?
Yeah.
Going around, you've had to search all over for this key. Sorry, not really. You have to fucking buy it, but whatever. So you search all over this key. You figure out the fucking old hag in what's it place sells it, and you go, right, okay, I know where that is, and you go back and you unlock the cell, and it goes, thank you for saving me, and he offers to sell you stuff, right?
Yeah.
He's a thief. That's what he does. He steals items, and he'll whatever he goes out and finds, he'll sell to you, right? All right, go ahead. So he ends up back at the filing shrine, and you're like, okay, sell me some things, and he sells you some decent stuff, like a few poison stuff if I remember correctly, and there's new weapons and stuff. It's all right, it's pretty good. But then after a while, he asks you, can I go out on a little trip? And you're like, why? It's like, if I go on this little trip, I can go, steal some more stuff and expand my shop inventory with more unique things. And you're like, yes, please. Right? Yes, please. And then you go, right. And he goes, all right, thank you for having faith in me, and then he goes off. Now, if you did a few things, he'll return back and he's like, I was able to successfully find some stuff. And you're like, oh, great, new stuff. And you buy whatever stuff, or you completely ignore the new stuff because it's not particularly that good for your build or whatever.
Yeah.
And you continue on the main storyline, and you go to new areas and stuff, and then you go back to him, and he goes, I've been thinking, I've been here for a while. I feel like I'm not owing, I'm not repaying my debt to you that well. Let me go out again. If I go to a more dangerous place, this time I'll be able to get better items. And you're like, yeah, all right. Now, if you don't do anything in particular, he dies. Right?
Yeah.
You find him dead in a sewer surrounded by fucking Lovecraftian body monsters. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, that NPC died. Alright? But if you save him, you can save him if you go through a long-winded thing, then he comes back with even better items. And you're like, oh, thank God, I saved that NPC, You're pretty much bound, unless you've cheated and looked at a guide, you're pretty much bound to always kill this Grey Rat on the first playthrough, yeah?
Yeah.
It's just set up that way. And there's a lot of trial and error unless you look up a guide, which most people probably do. And I've looked up the guide because I can't figure it out for my life, and it is really fucking complicated. Saving that guy in Irithyll is incredibly convoluted because it's like you've got to give it's a bunch of scenarios that have to happen in order for you to successfully do it. But anyway, you're like, oh shit, that was really annoying. Well, not annoying. It's like, that's a shame because, I actually felt something with this character now because I went back and saved him. I didn't have to do that. He thanks me for doing it and offers to give me stuff in return. Dirt cheap items, by the way. I wanna point that out. His prices are like 1/3 of the prices of the old hag. for the same items, and it's like, yeah, please. But you feel something. It's like, oh no. Whether that just be, well, there goes a source of items, or whether it be, an actual feeling of, oh no, he's dead. Shit. Because you can pick up his ashes and give it to the old hag, and then she'll start selling his stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it just feels a bit, well, oh fuck, he's just a replaceable thing. That's a shame, because he was an actual person. When you first meet back at him at Violent Shrine, he asks you to go on a bit of a favor for him and find a woman called Loretta. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you no matter what you do, it's the same thing, because it's a standard item that you pick up. But in one of the areas you go to, you find a bunch of bodies hung all over the place, and one of them happens to be Loretta, and you pick up her bone and you give it to her, and he's like, you can tell from the way it's being voice acted that he's incredibly sad by this. You've basically, handed him the bone of we don't know the relationship, either it's his sister or his lover or his mother or something like that, but someone incredibly close to him. You've just given him the bone of someone that he cared dearly about, and he's like, thank you for doing this. He thanks you, because now he's got closure, and you feel a bit of a connection for this character. It's like, we've gone on this emotional journey, and then he dies. He gets killed by body horror monsters, and you're like, oh fuck. But that's not the best part. Well, not the best part, but there's another NPC that actually has a reaction to this. And believe it or not, it's fucking Pate. Sorry, not Pate, Patches. Unbreakable fucking Patches. That goddamn son of a bitch traitor that pushes you back into a fucking trap, that wants to kill you. That asshole of a son of a bitch actually knows Grey Rat and owes him a favor. And if you as a player kill him, like actually kill him, not let him die, just actually fly out murder him, Pate is automatically hostile to you. He's automatically hostile to you. He won't try and trick you. He's just like, you killed my friend, I'm going to kill you now.
Yay.
Right? And that's not really a thing that ever happens with other characters. I mean, there's other characters that talk about other characters, but there's not really a time when you can insult their god or the thing that they're fighting for, and that'll piss them off. You can go to the covenant that's against their covenant or whatever, but there's no character that will kill you, not that I know of, because you killed another character, and it's a bit special, and that really draws you into the world, the characters that are in the. I mean, Dark Souls, I think, should be a bit of a thing to look at for storytelling, because it does it in a way that you don't need to know the world that you're in, right? You don't need to know that there's the fire, and there's the 4 great souls and all this from the first one. You don't need to know anything from the second one. You don't need to know anything from the third one. Everything that you learn is through character interaction.
Yeah.
Everything. You can play the whole game without talking to anyone, and that's completely fine. But when you talk to people and actually listen to what they say, they can give you hints and where to go. But there's always a story. There's always something behind this character, and you can always get a sense as to what the world is like. That is fucking stupid, by the way. Here I am, like, talking about fucking good game design, and you're building a fucking monstrosity. Look at that shit.
Oh my god!
That's fucking stupid.
It's so funny.
That's fucking stupid. That's fucking awful, man.
Oh my god, I don't know how to.
Oh my god, that's awful. Do you want to know why it's awful? Because for one, it stood up like a person. You know, Godzilla is a fucking dinosaur. They don't stand fully upright. You know?
Oh my god.
What, were you just planning on sticking triangles on the back of it and saying done?
Oh my god.
Jesus
so
Christ.
Funny.
Oh man, you're wasting valuable building time.
I think I don't even think I can fix it.
You're wasting valuable building time. I think you need to get on with it. Otherwise, you're gonna be fucking doing a punishment.
Oh my god. Oh, it's so funny. I don't even know how to fix it. That fucking hand looks hilarious. Looks like a robot. Oh, I don't even know what to do. What do I do?
Fucking, for one, it needs a second arm.
I know, but like, I think
And a tail.
a second arm won't help it.
I think get rid of the corners for the arms, maybe.
Corners?
Yeah, the corners.
Hmm? What do you mean by corners?
It's a 3x3 square,
Yeah.
so get rid of the corners.
Okay. So
Jesus
funny.
Christ.
It just looks so funny.
I like how you just turn around while I'm like, oh, you know, this, you know, if you talk to this NPC, you know, you can get a great sense of the world, and you just sort of burst out laughing because of this derpy looking fucking thing that you've made. Oh my god, I've never seen something so bad. Children play this game. You know? Children. 4 and 5-year-olds. This is Lego without any of the injury of standing on a fucking Lego, and as not as expensive as Lego, and somehow you've managed to make it look fucking stupid. I hope you're proud of yourself.
I am.
You know, it takes a real kind of stupid to make this kind of thing.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Oh man. Is anyone in the chat, by the way?
I know.
No? Oh, okay.
No. Yep, Cat Sounds is here. Hi,
Fucking-
Jillian.
Jesus Christ. Hello,
Yes,
by
it's
the
meant
way.
to be hands.
How long have you been in the chat?
23, 21.
23, 21?
So like 11 minutes.
Oh, okay.
She asked about the hands after I started bursting out laughing.
Jesus Christ. Ridiculous. You need more block variation as well. Just all that is really ugly. Man. Anyway, back to
Back to your Dark Souls.
back to good game design. So yeah, as I was saying, you know, talking to an NPC, and from the lines that they talk about and the way that they say it, you can tell someone's completely fucking mad, right? There's always a little bit of a weird laugh to them, or something like that, and you can tell this world or scenario isn't particularly for the sane. You know, you're in all of them. You're an undead. You're already dead. You shouldn't be, but you are. And everyone's going mad. You're slowly losing your sanity and your humanity, and it's very present. And there's a lot of characters. Oh my god! Stop being so derp. Just fucking get on. Jesus Christ! Ah man, there's a lot of characters where this is very heavily reflected, like Lucatiel from the second one. Throughout all of your interactions with her, she's slowly hollowing out, and it's sad. Because especially when she gives you humanity, the thing that stops holification, because she doesn't know what it is. No one's told her what it is, and she doesn't know, and it's kind of sad. But I think Dark Souls should be like what's the word, like a thing to study, to if you want to get into storytelling or world building. Do it in the style of Dark Souls, where you don't just tell the player everything immediately, right? Or they don't like suddenly find an NPC that explains every detail to them, right? Everything that you learn in Dark Souls is through exploration and curiosity. You want to learn about this thing, so you go and read the item description, the item you get little tidbits, and it's like, so this knight wore this ring. That's pretty cool. It's like, I wonder what that knight was like, and then you go and find maybe a piece of armor that was worn by this kind of knight, and it gives a little bit more information. It's like, okay, so that's what this kind of, you keep doing that throughout the whole game. Like, or you could just not give a shit and not read any of it. You could just play through the game as the game. You don't have to know about anything. That's the beauty of it. The story doesn't matter, but it's there if you're interested. If you want to learn about the world or the characters in it, you can go off and explore the whole world. You can find all the secrets, all the illusionary walls, all the little tidbits of information. You can theory craft about the things that are sort of missed out, and it's a wonderful thing. But there's also the game. There's the game. There's the bosses that are interested and unique. There's all the areas apart from the many fucking poisonous swamps in Dark Souls 3. But they're all unique. There's always a thing to them that makes them stand out. Fuck the poison area from Dark Souls 2. Now it's like on to the last 50.